Hey guys, new video here. So I got the pump all working. So this is what I'm gonna use to do water changes in the future. So this is a 18-gallon tote. As you can see, it's taped up so that the top doesn't come off when I put water in it. The top is basically holds the sides from bulging out too much. So that is gonna go into the closet here. Instead of the buckets here, it's going to go where the buckets are. And that will basically go into, with uh, tubing, go into this fish tank. So I need to do a water change. I haven't done a water change for a really long time. And so I think the fish are doing better. The triple R, the Ruby Royal Red, I think is doing better. I don't think he's as good as the other ones yet, but he's getting there. Um, and this is, sorry for the noise and for the laundry. And this is the setup that I have right here. So basically, that's a 400. Oh, I can't see. You guys can't see. So that's a 400 gallon per hour pump connected to 10 feet of half-inch hose and then to uh, 3/8 hose. So I'll probably have to cut down to 3/8 hose if the water pressure isn't good enough. Yeah, so that's the plan. So so should be the last time I use buckets to do a water change. And also, I will use buckets in the future when I need to siphon the gravel. And I still need to decide what I want to do. I'm thinking I'm just gonna remove everything, and because before I was thinking about putting stones and just kind of fixing it, stones around the edge there, and just putting fixing it back up again. But I don't know if that's gonna work out. So we'll see what happens. I think the tank is doing pretty well. I still want to get that last silver pigeon blood discus if I can, but the problem is that the guy that has it, Discus Hans, it's $80 to ship, and if I get one discus, I mean which is like $40. That's gonna be pretty stupid, right? So we'll see what. Oh, I also want to add a pleco to this tank also to help with the algae on the walls and the algae on all the substrate. So yeah, so learning lesson. I was gonna go over the key mistakes that I made. So I guess I'll go over now that I think I made. I mean, first thing is the most important thing is the pH in this tank is 8 point something, 8.0, lower eights. So that's way too high for discus. What happens with a higher pH like that is that it introduces a lot of bacteria in the water, and I think that's why the discus got sick. The other thing is this is a planted tank, so all that substrate, all that plants and whatnot, there's probably a lot of bacteria in there that got into the system of the discus. I think the third thing is that when I got the discus, I should have treated with Metro X or metronidazole just right away. Just do a light dosage of it, just to get ahead of that bacteria. Because I think they will get the bacteria no matter what, just because of how the fish are. So I should have just preempted that by just putting some metronidazole in the water once I got them into the tank. So I mean, those are the three things. And also, obviously, the fourth is I needed to do more frequent water changes right when they got in there to kind of just reduce the stress. And the tank is doing pretty well. I don't think I lost any of the tetras at all. I still have the 2 rams, though one of the rams is getting bullied. So I'm not sure where the other ram is. Oh, there it is. Using the back right there. It's not looking too well. That's the more dominant ram. So yeah, that's that's kind of the update. I think everything's doing pretty well. Once I change the scape, that might reintroduce the stress. So we'll see if they do okay after that. But I'm gonna think about, so in terms of not reduce, the first thing I'm doing is try to salvage the scape. So instead of putting around the edge, I'm gonna put a barrier of rocks there along the edge, just to kind of prevent the soil from spilling over into the sand. And then I'm gonna vacuum up all of this gravel or all of this aqua soil and put it back into the meadow. I want to get more plants, but I'm not going to do that until I get the scape, until I finalize the design. I'm going to try to do that first. I don't think it's going to succeed. If it doesn't succeed, I'm going to use this planter here, this plastic terracotta planter, put that in the back, and just put all the plants in there. Put the aqua soil maybe up to here or so. Right, so basically there's no chance that any of the pebbles or any of the aqua soil will get into the sand, and just clean up the sand. And I still have some more sand, so I can add that back into there. Yeah, so that's the plan. Gonna add a pleco also, probably like a small pleco species, and hope that does well. And I think that should be it. I just want one more discus. That's it. And the other thing is, I was gonna stunt the fish, but this is my bad. So apparently the colors of a discus becomes more prominent once they're fully grown. So you don't want to stunt your discus. So the reason I wanted to stunt the discus was because this is a small tank. It's 40 gallons. There's 5 discus in here. Right. The typical rule is one adult discus for every 10 gallons. So that obviously that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stunt them. I'm actually gonna feed them more and try to grow them out to the full 5 to 6 inches, so I can see the adult colors on the discus. Anyway, so that's the update. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll make another video showing how I do the water changes once I get the pump working.